Pure nostalgia. This is what this is. This is probably one of their more ambitious interactives that I've seen. Yeah, it's a trivia game, but not your average one. Unlike the other two trivia games where this is just a product of a phone app or limited animation made during COVID, this one actually had effort put into it and was actually a challenge. That interactive is called Cat Burglar. Yeah, this is one that's an actual original product of Netflix. This isn't a byproduct of another show or quickly assembled show. Actually looking at all the interactives, this is only one of two actual originals, the other being Choose Love.
I keep having this nagging feeling that I've forgotten something.
Hey, if you forgot it, it probably wasn't all that important.
Yeah, I guess.
So why is this one so special? Well, just look at it. 2D animation. Actual 2D animation. Like the kind from the old Tex Avery cartoons and Tom and Jerry cartoons. The premise is simple. Cat burglar, Rowdy, tries to burgle paintings from a museum. Having a literal security guard dog, Peanut, try to stop him and fail. The trivia part is an interesting one. Instead of giving you one question and 10 seconds to answer it, they give you like 6 seconds and you have to answer 3 questions. So there's not really any time to examine the question. It more or less relies on you going with your gut feeling. You have 6 puzzles to get through. Breaking in, distracting the guard, the prehistory, ancient, and medieval exhibits, and finally where the painting you are after is stored. And at the end you get the painting and you get to do it all over again, but for a different one. All the paintings are parodies of famous paintings. So who brought us this special? Well, none other than Charlie Brooker. This guy is honestly damn good for actual entertainment when I was looking into his work, and especially for Netflix. His claim to fame is being the creator of Black Mirror and bringing to life Kunk. What's your name again?
This is Kunk Online!
And if you're wondering, yes, he also did work on the Black Mirror interactive too, Bandersnatch. So this is actually his second interactive, and his partner in crime, Annabelle Jones, Mike Hollingworth is our animator who worked on Brickleberry. But he also was the director, but he was also the supervising director on BoJack Horseman. And the music for this silly symphony is brought to us by Chris Willis. Now the voice actors have decent resumes. We have Trevor Dreville as a museum curator, also known as Rocket Raccoon in the Marvel Cosmic Invasion game. Adomo came from Harley Quinn as Rowdy, and Alan Lee as Peanut, who got another role this year that you might have seen. Now listen to Peanut and see where he is now.
This rascal. Rowdy does everything he can to try and break in. This involves lots of crazy stunts.
No one to stand among them! It's me!
Yep, he's that hair flipping guy. Note to self, animate Rowdy and Peanut later doing this. Anywho, Charlie really wanted this to feel a bit like lost media. Ironic since this is technically lost now. He had the animated pull from the old Tex Avery cartoons, getting the weird facial expressions down, doing that bouncy rubber hose animation, inventing the chaos that comes from these old cartoons, even putting the film grain and decay in the special. They tried to get it to flow seamlessly from all the choices you make, a combination of a movie's worth of animation, sound effects, and that silly symphony music. They did their homework and made sure to add as many callbacks as they can. From the opening on their faces, to their version of Leo the Lion, to even the old title cards they used to use. They even had little in-jokes within their homage, and even fucked up with these references. Slick McWolf from Red Hot Riding Hood, Leo the Lion, the Big Bad Wolf, Hector the Bulldog, and Barney the Bear, all looking like they were skinned alive here. I don't really think I need to recap anything since you already know the path, and it's going to be more or less the same every time. I will go over my favorite bits in this interactive. Like I said, the Looney Tunes reference is mwah, chef's kiss. The other reference I like is the one where the cat cross-dresses and the dog falls in love with the cat, eventually start dating, and almost get married. It gets even better since your wedding is being ordained by Droopy. I mean, just hear the voice.
I now pronounce you husband and wife. You may kiss the bride.
You know what? That makes me mad.
And it gets even better because if you fail, because you end up in an abusive relationship with the unemployed dog, I'm assuming from letting the cat steal the painting 6 times, with 6 kids, doing all the housework, and goes and offs himself.
Dogs and cats living together, mass hysteria.
My favorite bits have to be the over-the-top violence and dark humor. That was another staple of this era. Cartoons can go as violent as they wanted. They just had to be fine in the next scene. The best are honestly when Peanut's head gets chopped off or cut off somehow, which happens multiple times, even turning it into a musical number. If you look hard enough, you can find something, an homage to Looney Tunes. You already had the cat cross-dressing, referring to Bugs Bunny doing the same thing. The over-the-top cartoon violence. The next bit involves, well, life and death. Or how in a lot of Tom and Jerry cartoons there was a heaven and hell. They have a whole lot of Peanut heaven blocking Rowdy and clipping his wings several times. The best and only one in hell is where Rowdy actually goes to hell and plays billiards with the devil. Only thing to make it better is if they slip somehow some more dark humor homages, like the one where Tom goes to heaven and he sees the other cats there, including a bag of drowned kittens. And to get a little soapboxy, these cartoons do affect modern cartoons today, specifically Western ones. You could go as violent as you want, just had to make sure it was an animal, not a man or a woman, and make sure Betty Boop ain't sexy. Later, standards and practices would make that kid shows couldn't show violence. It's why kids' entertainment, they are usually fighting aliens or robots. They don't bleed, or bleed green. It's why the second TMNT movie, they never used their weapons. Or why Avatar bending was allowed since the characters never actually punch or hit each other. Or K-pop Demon Hunters, when the demons die, they go poof. They don't make them like they used to anymore. If I had to make a critique of it, I would say they could have addressed some racial issues back in the old Tom and Jerry cartoons. I do remember seeing Mammy a few times, and then they replaced her with a white girl. Whitewashing. For shame. For shame! They could have had her as a museum curator, even done the whole bit where you only see the bottom half of them. But I think they were probably trying to avoid that. 1, it's awkward subject to bring up, and do you really want a lesson in racism in a cartoon where this happens to the dog? Plus, Netflix, I remember, along with other streaming services, for some reason, started removing episodes with blackface in 2022. Even if the joke was that this is bad, don't do it, bad, don't do it. My other suggestion is with the audio. Not that it was bad, only a slight adjustment I would have liked. Like with the video having a film grain and splotches in it, even though this is digital. I guess I would have liked it if they had that old style echo from old film. Best example I could think of is in Kingdom Hearts 2. They go back in time. Normally the game sounds like this.
You absolute idiot. You've managed to fail at everything.
But for that area of the game, it sounds like this.
Hey, look! There's the cornerstone of light!
But those are my 2 cents to make this even better. But it would only make this more tragic. Because unlike the other ones that had at least like 4 years on the platform, this one only just got under 3. This one came out in February 22nd, 2022. Lots of 2s. So not even 3 years and already removed. Not that big of a shock. Things get removed all the time, especially on Netflix. Sometimes in only a month and a half. But like I said for the interactives, the movies being removed, you can still find them online somewhere. It'll be the same usually. The interactives require a program to actually experience it. Otherwise, you just get You vs. Wild with no interactivity and video playing. Asking you questions like Dora the Explorer, except there's no mouse hovering over anything. So Cat Burglar is another tragedy of Netflix. It still lives on, they did upload it to YouTube and in different languages. An actual homage to all cartoons of old. As bad as Netflix can be sometimes, they at least give more respect to old cartoons, unlike other streaming services that treat them like the redheaded stepchild, even though they are the reason that they are there. If there is a hell, he would be going there. Cat Burglar is a nostalgic spectacle. From how it was made, to the references, both the subtle and not so subtle. It only took you 15 minutes to get through an episode, or to get a painting, for a total of 6 paintings for the rival museum. All of them being their own parody of a famous painting. If the interactives can go to heaven after the purge, Cat Burglar earned its spot and more. Wow, 16 of these. Normally I say to choose the next one, but there's only like, I think 8 left. So, what do you want me to review? Movie, anime, book, game? And if you have a suggestion, give it down in the comments. In the meantime, enjoy your weekend. Anyway, Chopin, out!